Hey everybody, hope you guys are having a great day. Welcome to the PsiX Pro Series, and today we have a match, a great show match between StarKiller and Rhizer. And it will be casted by yours truly, Snoopy, and my co-caster, Xenodactyl.
Hello. I guess your usual co-caster is disposed at the moment.
Yeah, I was supposed to originally cast with Salavanth, but he woke up with a bad headache, so we'll let him rest.
Yes, I'm sure he wanted to be here, as it's a good matchup.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the GM scene, especially NA, I think everybody should know who Rhizer and who StarKiller is. Especially StarKiller, he was in our recent WCS Challenger in the last season, so yeah, he had a good run there.
Yeah, and they've been trading games a little bit in like the last week or two. I don't know what the exact map score is between them in like casted events, but
Well, the funny thing is that just earlier today, I think like an hour or so ago, maybe even 30 minutes, they were in the pizza tournament. And they faced against each other in the finals. So we had a little bit of a preview right there, but I'm sure they're saving their builds for this best of 9.
Yeah, do you want pizza or do you want $50+?
Yep, that's the that's the question.
I know that some people are thinking, yeah, why not both?
Exactly. Now Rhizer did take that finals in the pizza tournament 2-1, I think, and so
it was a best of 3.
I believe it was the best of 3.
Okay.
But anyhow, we have the map vetoes going on, and so far we have Lost and Found being vetoed by StarKiller. Right after that, we had Rhizer vetoing Dreamcatcher, and then StarKiller then proceeded to veto Acid Plant. So pretty much all the previous season's map has been vetoed, and now Rhizer has vetoed Blue Shift, and we're now just waiting for StarKiller to veto his next map. And as soon as we have our first map, we shall get our game started.
Alrighty.
So if people are not familiar with the format of this PsiX Pro Series, why don't you go ahead and explain it to our viewers?
I'm not 100% sure on how it works myself.
All right, so
I mean, I'm aware it's a best of 9, and it looks like there's a veto process.
Yep. Basically, we're just vetoing until we get our first map to play on, and then the loser picks afterwards the next map. And of course, first person to the 5 wins will win our show match here. And the prize pool is originally is a $50 total prize pool, so usually it's $40-$10 split. But because we got some extra funding from Match Arena, we have a first place prize of $54 and a second place prize of $13.50.
Gotta count the cents.
Gotta count the cents. Every cents count. All right.
So, I guess then the map pool is all current maps?
Correct. All current maps.
Okay.
All right. So basically, StarKiller vetoed Fracture, and then Rhizer with the last veto vetoed Cerulean Falls, and that leaves us with Parasite as our first map here.
Okay. I actually saw Rhizer do a cannon rush in the last week.
Oh, so we might actually
But
see one now.
I don't know what like, you know, some people they cannon rush once in a blue moon just for fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can't put too much stake into that as to whether we will see one. But
I mean, in the best of 9 series, especially, you need to have a variety of builds. So inserting a cheese or two might not be the worst idea.
that's true.
All right, players are ready, so we're about to head into our first game on Parasite LE.
I suppose both players should have an arsenal of cheeses to pull out for a best of 9 should they so desire.
Yeah.
Alright, well, spawning in the upper left as the purple Protoss. Representing all in, it is Rhizer.
All right, and spawning at the bottom right, we have our Teal Zerg player representing Psionic Aftermath. It is StarKiller. All right, so Parasite, fairly new map. I haven't seen a lot of PVZs here, but I mean, have you played a lot on this map?
I've played a considerable amount of all the new maps, but I haven't gotten to, I've played my first 100 games, and for my first 100 games, I just cannon rush. So that's not a whole lot. I mean, I'm past the 100 now, but that's still not a lot of data. I did go on SC2 replay stats though, and I found that for some reason, Zerg have been doing pretty well against Protoss on Parasite specifically. Why this is, I don't know, but that's what the stats say.
I wonder why as well. But in the meantime, looks like StarKiller. Oh, go ahead.
Did I say that right? Let me double check really quickly.
Okay, but in the meantime, StarKiller gonna go ahead and take his third. Looks like Rhizer will be able to scout that fairly easily, as he is getting his own Nexus. And a spawning pool as well as gas for StarKiller, so pretty standard so far. And we will see what Rhizer's tech will be as soon as this cybernetic core is done. And he's gonna be chrono boosting that adept, and that adept will be shaded across the map to get some scout, see what the drone count is on the natural, and that should give a good indicator. Oh, go ahead.
Said that backwards. It's actually that Protoss is doing well against Zerg on this map. It was like this really weird thing where no one race was favored, because while Protoss does well against Zerg here, Terran does well against Protoss, and then Zerg does well against Terran.
Ah, I see.
So it's like 60 to 80% in favor, depending on which matchup and what league.
I see. All right, looks like Rhizer's adept will go into the third, and then we'll be shading into the natural. It does not let that finish, so we'll not get surrounded by the wings.
Opening coming out of Rhizer. No Stargate, just the Twilight and Robo. So is this a DT drop?
It might be. I mean, we have not seen. Yep, looks like that Dark Shrine will be going down.
Overlord wants to scout this, but there is a Stalker here, and I don't feel like it will quite get all the way in, will it?
Oh, we shall see. I think he sees he sees the Dark Shrine at the last second here, so you should know what's up.
Very valuable scout there.
Indeed. And that's always the first part of the Zerg's defense, is to scout what's up and then just gotta execute the defense. And we'll see how StarKiller does that.
He's not quite started a lair or spores, but he did see it, so he should not be caught unawares. Okay, those spores are going down now.
And StarKiller will be following that up with a Roach Warren, which will help him against those Archons. Once those DT, they don't do much. Usually the Protoss will morph them into Archons, and the Roaches will help with that. So four DTs on the way for Rhizer. And let's see how many damage they get done. Oh, almost got that queen there.
Yeah, but good micro, pulling back and allowing the Lings to engage to save the queen.
Yeah, that queen was actually down to 1 life, so one more shot would have killed it. But looks like Rhizer gonna go flow his Warp Prism, and yep, morph those into Archon. Oh, they had a new animation there from the War Chest, I think.
Ah, I really like the War Chest Stalkers.
The War Chest Stalkers? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. Archons are going to pick off some Roaches and Lings, not finding too much else, but this is good chip damage, and forcing reaction out of StarKiller, making sure he can't just freely drone or otherwise ball up into a massive Roach army.
And he's gonna macro behind this. He's getting his third base, which is about to be done. Also, he's getting some creep. No, actually, again, that's another Overlord. He doesn't have an Observer, so once the Observer comes out, I think he should be able to snipe those creep tumors with that Warp Prism and Archon. But in the meantime,
Ling from StarKiller is going to scout the third or confirm its location.
Ah, yeah.
But it's not actually all that saturated, and we have a push coming out across the map. See what Rhizer can get done here.
But it does get scattered by the Ling, and he will kill the rocks. So that actually puts the Protoss into one pathway that he can come up with and that's up the little steps there. And if StarKiller gets a good flank here or a good concave, he might be able to defend this. But looks like there's a ton of Archons and a few Immortals there.
I feel like he was just a tad too far away from the ramp to get the concave he wanted, and now the Immortals and Archons are... Oh, those are some nice force fields too.
Oh, those two Immortals doing so much damage in the back.
Now, the charge lot's also causing some stress on the mineral lines and acting like a force field for the Immortal Archon in the center of all this.
Yeah, and that sentry has actually a force field, so he can actually force field the ramp if he wants to, but he does get the natural. And he will... Maybe StarKiller might be able to clean this up. It's going to be close, but I think he's just barely going to be able to clean this up. But at what cost here?
StarKiller is considerably up in supply for the moment. He doesn't have as much production as he'd like, so he's kind of losing some of that supply lead, but he did save most of his drones with his in the midst of all that chaos.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the supply, the worker supply pretty even, but the army supply really ahead for StarKiller, and he does have the +1, so his roaches are pretty strong. So maybe he can actually kill this third base. If he does, I think that will be a big win for StarKiller there. But
yeah, go ahead.
But there's a lot of our army for Rhizer coming down. I think he should be safe from the attack.
He split off 3 roaches, so he can continue to harass these probes. Good diversionary tactic as he continues to reestablish his economy back at home.
Yeah, so even if StarKiller does reestablish this natural here, he does have 1 base less than Rhizer, so might want to actually start making a 4th base. But in the meantime, we see that Rhizer is going to go ahead and go for attack. Does get a wandering queen out there. And here we go.
War Prism is barely going to survive the Biles. Got clipped on the tail there.
Yeah, that was actually pretty close. Oh, some nice force fields.
Trapping a couple roaches. Rosabile going to break one of them, but still loses the roach all the same.
And I think this is maybe why PVZ is, Protoss has been doing really well, because this kind of layout kind of allows for some good force fields.
Yeah, there's a lot of chokes on this map, and with those force fields, the Protoss is really able to zone out the Zerg force from getting on top of his army. That said, Rhizer is losing the majority of his army, and will GG.
Wow.
So statistically, that's upset, I suppose.
Maybe. I don't know. We shall see. I mean, it's Rhizer's next pick, so he can choose whichever map he wants, and we'll see. We'll see what plan he has.
Perhaps not the. I feel like those were standard builds for both players. Like, when I think of Rhizer, I think of DT drops, and when I think of StarKiller, I think of roaches.
Yeah, that was actually a really pretty standard game there. So, at the very least, StarKiller knows that he can win a standard game. But we shall see if Rhizer chooses to maybe change it up.
Like, they're not limited to those builds, but that's, I guess, what they're more known for.
Mm-hmm. I mean, each player should have at least a couple of builds, right, in store.
Right.
But they do have their maybe go-to build that they do more often than not.
Sure.
All right, players are ready. We are heading into our second game on Cerulean Fall LE, and StarKiller up currently 1-0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, nice large map. Relatively cheese-proof of a map. And, anyway, spawning in the bottom left as the purple Protoss. Representing all in, it is Rhizer.
And spawning at the top right, we have our Teal Zerg. Representing PsiX, it is StarKiller. Alright, as you said, this is pretty much a kind of cheese-proof map, as I feel like that natural, I feel like it's kind of easy to wall off as Protoss, and it's up a ramp as well.
I mean, a proxy hatch kind of at this low ground third is, I guess, a possibility, but it's pretty easy to see, and with the ramp, I just don't expect that to be very common. For Protoss, I guess you could forget Adept. That's like the only thing I can think of that might be sensible on this map, since I already ruled out cannons.
Well, certainly no cannon rush so far, but StarKiller did go for the extra quick spawning pool. It wasn't like 12 pool or anything, but it's a fairly faster pool. So basically pool into hatch instead of hatch into pool. And maybe he was afraid of cannon rushes, I'm not sure.
Well, there is one issue about any map that does not have the creep touching the ramp. Is there is the 2-gate style cannon rush that could occur, but if like that can also just be stopped by a patrol drone or something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So the pool first is, it can be used as a safety measure as well. Like it's like, what are you more comfortable defending that possibility with? Or it could just be StarKiller decided to play this way because StarKiller likes to have interesting openings.
Alright, so we see the first Adept popping out, and looks like the probe will be able to make it home and tell his story of his long journey across the map.
Like those forager bees.
You can tell, hey, I just came back from that hatchery. It was a long journey, but I made it back. Oh, actually, the Adept does get a ling here.
I think actually this Adept is likely to die.
Yeah. Oh, with the extra fast pool that allowed him, and actually the fast gas as well, that allowed him to get speed a bit quicker than usual, and that helped kill the Adept as well. So, nice start for StarKiller.
Yeah, Rhizer is pretty much in the dark. There could be a Zerg cheese coming that Rhizer would be completely unaware of, as he's lost any map vision at this point. As it is, it's going to be a fast... Oh. Hello, Mutas.
Oh. Wow. In the meantime, yeah, as we were talking, we didn't even realize the fast layer that was going on. So, really quick 2-base Muta, and this is not as... I don't think this is as common in the metagame so far, but you'll see here and there now and then, you know?
Yeah, I think given the map and given the fact that he is playing Rhizer, who has gone for this DT drop yet again, I think the Mutas could do a lot here. Like, he's not going to be able to build Phoenixes, so once that War Prism is shut down, the Mutas are just going to come across the map, and they're going to grant so much flexibility to the Zerg army.
Yeah, I mean, we also shouldn't forget that the Mutas can kill the War Prism holding those DTs, right? So that will be a big pickoff. Oh no! This entrance was open, but luckily Rhizer did get the Stalker Air to fill it in. Here we go. We have the Spire done. 4 Mutas on the way, but the War Prism is already across the map and sees the late dirt already. This dirt will definitely be cancelled.
Or not.
Oh wow, that's
ouch.
that's an ouch moment there.
Okay, so 300 minerals down the drain. But the Mutas are out now, so this Warp Prism has to unload, or... Okay, Recall works too. Or not.
Oh, wow. That is a Warp Prism and 4 DTs in that Warp Prism.
So, who was it that was saying that Recall needs to happen faster? At any rate. I feel like that's something Faith would be talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Mutas are here to pick off probes before going down so far. There's a healthy Stalker count as the Mutas were seen on the other side of the map, but Stalkers are not exactly what you want. They do the job, I suppose, but they're no substitute for Phoenixes.
Yeah, looks like the Stalker will finish just right now, so he will be able to produce Phoenix, but it might be a bit later than he would like.
Yeah, Blink is underway, so he will at least be able to navigate his stalkers between the main and natural with relative ease. But until he gets like 4 Phoenixes, it's gonna be kind of difficult for Rhizer to...
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, oh my god, that was crazy because that was only a few meters, but he ignored the cannons, just focused on the probes, and there was like 14 probes going down.
Yeah, really good muta control. Understandable tap out, really.
Yeah.
It's like, you got nothing, mutas are here, you didn't go with a Stargate because you're playing a little bit off-brand, and it gets kind of awkward.
Now that's 2 times in a row that Rhizer has gone for that DT build, and twice it has not actually worked out in his favor, so...
Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna change it up, whatever that change is.
Yeah, definitely needs to change it up. Now again, it will be Rhizer's map choice, so he wants to be careful what he chooses, and it looks like it's going to be Lost and Found, which is, I know, is your favorite map, for sure.
I mean, it's actually kind of funny that my best matchup is PvZ because, like, you know, I think I have to spell that one out. But Lost and Found is actually not a very good PvZ map for cannons. It's not bad. It's just it doesn't have the same strength and fortitude as, say, an Acid Plant or a Blue Shift.
I think is maybe Lost and Found will be more better for cannon rushes in PvP, maybe, or something.
Yes. So the reason why I like Lost and Found is because you can actually cannon rush every race. So like it doesn't, like, it's actually viable to cannon rush a Terran on that map. Is it smart? No, it's still a Terran, but like, you know. So yeah, there's some. And yeah, I mean, as you were saying about cannon rushing Protoss, it's just broken at that point against Protoss.
Yeah. Oh, sorry for the little bit of noise. I live next to a little bit of a freeway or highway, so get it from time to time. Looks like we have a little uninvited guest here, Lightning. Do you actually have the stream link? Let me go ahead and actually...
I don't.
Oh, actually, I got it right here.
Okay. I can probably type it out from memory. Yeah.
All right. StarKiller is ready. Rhizer is ready, and here we go. Third map. Lost and Found LE. Current score 2-0 in favor of StarKiller. So Rhizer will need to kind of pull a rabbit out of his hat and maybe get a win here.
Yeah. I think cannons aside, it's still a very good map for Protoss that wants to get up to 3 bases.
Mm-hmm.
The low ground third is it's really easy to form a nice choke, and then suddenly Ling run bys or Roach counter pressure is not as threatening. At any rate, spawning in the bottom left as the purple Protoss, trailing 2 games, it is All-In's Rhizer.
And at the top right of the corner, we have our teal Zerg player up 2-0, feeling pretty comfortable so far. Representing Psionic Aftermath, it is StarKiller.
Okay, again we're going to see the fast gas and pool. We'll see what else he chooses to do from there. It might just be those quick, I don't know, 6 speedlings at the start to secure him some like earlier map presence, and I like this drone just kind of hiding itself from the probe.
Yeah, I was about to say this exact same thing.
Those details. Those details.
I feel like StarKiller has in the past got like cannon rush multiple times, and he decided to just like go with like fast pull to prevent those cannon rushes.
Yeah, a pull first. It gives you the tools to basically mitigate what I would consider the broken category of cannon rushes. So like against Hatch first, 2-gate style is like there come as long as Protoss doesn't screw anything up, which it's very easy to screw up, but as long as Protoss doesn't screw anything up, there's like a certain point at which the 2-gate style just can't be overrun, which is why a lot of the maps actually feature creep that gets all the way to the ramp, so that the 2-gate style cannot be executed.
Alright, looks like the first adept will be going across the map. Looks like Rhizer going for the fast lair once again. So I don't know, do you think we'll see the Muta, the 2-base Muta again, or?
It's possible, particularly if he kills this adept again, which he does have speed, so now that it's tracked...
Wow.
Okay, so that opens the possibility for those Mutas, I think.
This is like the exact replica of last game. He got the snipe on the first adept really quickly, and he's getting the fast lair.
Yeah, he has not taken the gases at the natural just yet. I don't recall what time he took them. It is still early in the game, so can't really read too much into off his gas timings.
Oh man, we have another Dark Shrine build here for Rhizer. He's going for the same build 3 times in a row here. He's hoping that it will work out this time, but I don't know.
It's been scouted again. So, I'm not feeling this game for Rhizer. We're going to see a Spire all the same.
Oh man, so basically last game, deja vu here.
Yeah. And that was... I mean, I guess maybe this time he gets Blink faster, and then that buys him, I don't know, 2 extra minutes of game time to do something. But it's on paper, I like this for StarKiller.
I mean, yeah, he definitely will be able to get the Mutas to kill the War Prism off. And hopefully this time around his dirt doesn't even get sniped off without the cancel. So he at least
look
gets
at this, he already has the Overseer, and he doesn't have Spore Crawlers, but he's only on 2 bases, so does he need Spore Crawlers?
Yeah, he's got the Overseer. That should be fine enough, more than fine. Looks like Rhizer does scout no third, and his Spidey senses should be tingling, but he's gonna go ahead and try to warp in the... Oh, actually warp in the depth instead of DTs.
Interesting. Okay. I like it.
Oh, he will scout the Spire with the War Prism here.
Okay, so all in all, I think this is going better for Rhizer than it did last time. Yes, he's lost the Warp Prism again, but at least he didn't lose all that gas as well.
Yep, and those are really nice looking Archons once again morphing, but this time it was going to be inside Rhizer's base, so he will be able to defend against the Mutas this time around. And oh wow, actually the Archon went up a little on the top there of the Nexus, so getting a little bit of a 4 probes so far for StarKiller here.
They are still fat units.
Yeah.
So unfortunately they're kind of obnoxious to have to micro against mutas, and they're gonna find their way over to the third. Get some glaives action bouncing on those stalkers and buildings.
Oh, but there's only 2 stalkers, so he's gonna go ahead and try. Oh wow, he snipes a stalker, sniped a sentry. Oh man.
Now there's no shield battery there, so
Some nice
everything's
damage.
just falling pretty quickly to the glaives.
And these mutas getting more and more damage. They kind of, adding up, slowly but surely. And he does prevent the +1, or delays it at least, from
And
researching.
there is a warp prism on StarKiller's side of the map. He has roaches in position. I guess he sees it with his.
Oh wow! Snipes it right before the DT gets warped in here. And Rhizer does have the dirt base, so that's good for him, but he's still not able to mine from it because those mutas, those pesky mutas, still around, flying around, getting a lot of damage done. Oh, but Blink does finish.
You know, this game feels a little bit like we're back in, I don't know, 2011 or something.
Hardest Storm days or something?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Getting so much efficiency from these mutas, and a few of them will fly away safely as well. So currently, how many workers killed? 17 total workers killed.
Really good muta control coming out of StarKiller, and behind this he has a sizable roach force at home. Roach Ravager. And his third is, I would say, better saturated at least. It's not, like, amazing, but he has more workers.
Well, at the very least, his dirt was not cancelled or sniped by DTs like last games.
Yeah, Blink Stalkers are going to chase these mutas out for the time being. There's only a couple of them left, and I don't think StarKiller is really thinking about his mutas that much anymore. He just wants to shut down any more prisms, maybe some extra damage with his army.
And most of his army is actually into roaches and ravagers, which is actually bypassing the whole entire army of Rhizer. So we might actually have a base trade coming here.
Yeah, very possibly. There's a lot of roaches here for StarKiller, and they're already at the Protoss side of the map. So, oh my.
Now
This suddenly got very crazy.
Yeah. Now remember, Protoss does have recall, so he can actually always recall back to his base. StarKiller is gonna go ahead and just pull his drones, going for that base trade there. Oh, does snipe +2 attack here, so Rhizer is not gonna have that upgrade. And wow, he does recall in the natural.
Huh. I was expecting him to recall to one of the other 2 locations.
Oh my god, these drones.
That's not where those drones want to be. There's still a lot of roaches at the top of this ramp, but Immortal Archon is pretty good. Especially with Prism Micro. He's going to clean up all of the Zerg force at his main. He does lose his third in the process. The mutas are still there. These mutas, oh my goodness.
Oh, but look at the worker count. There's 0 for Rhizer, so even if he saved these bases, he can't even mine off of them.
He has enough minerals to get a probe or 2.
He's got, yeah, well, he has 95 minerals. Okay, so he does make another probe. Oh, but this, but the mutas, they're gonna kill that probe. Oh, Rhizer got 100 at least, so he got 5 minerals mined from that one probe.
Yeah, so at this point, we're really entering this, like, what Protoss has is what he gets. The issue is that Protoss army is really scary. Oh, okay. So StarKiller has made some changelings at this ramp to buy himself a little bit of time for these spine crawlers. Biles are going to go down. They connect with the Immortal, but the barrier saves that Immortal. We're going to get some nice Prism Micro coming out of Rhizer. This is not looking good for StarKiller. There's a lot of Protoss DPS in this army all the same. Roaches are going to come up from the bottom.
Oh my god, all these units are so low life. Oh, actually no, the Mutas can come back and kill everything. He does not have. He only has two stalkers. But it's two stalkers.
But yeah, you're right. That's not enough.
Wow, and StarKiller takes game 3 here.
Whew. That was crazy. Wow. Okay. Base trade.
That was pretty close. I mean, but I think the MVP of that game was the Mutas. I think, like,
for sure they did so much for StarKiller. They shut down not 1, not 2, but 3 warp prisms in the end, and then I don't even know how many workers they got. But like, especially that last mining worker that had just come out of the Nexus, worth their weight in gold.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see. What map is left? Acid Plant? Did we play on Acid Plant?
We did not do an Acid Plant.
Okay. Dreamcatcher. We did not. I think those are right. Those 4 maps.
We have done Parasite, Cerulean, and Lost and Found.
Okay. All right. So Rhizer will be choosing Acid Plant as his next map. Now again, Rhizer doing that same DT build 3 times in a row, and has 3 times has not panned out. Surely this 4th game he will change it up, right?
Surely. I'd like to see a Stargate opener or a Charge Lot All In or something else, right?
Oh, well, can you repeat that? Oh, what you said?
I'd like to see, like, something else, a Stargate opener, a Charge Lot All In.
Ah, yes.
Something that is not going to...
Doesn't involve DTs. Let's just say
yes.
That. Doesn't involve DTs.
I mean, I would not be miffed if he opened Stargate and then did a DT Archon drop.
Okay, yeah. I'll be fine with that.
But this DT drop without the Stargate, I think StarKiller has shown he has a build that adjusts to that pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
He just gets the fast pool with the fast speedlings, shuts down the Adept, and he can freely go into the fast lair and Mutas behind it. And there's not really a whole lot of response that Rhizer has with his build for that, at least not that he's shown.
Yeah. All right.
So spawning in the upper left as the purple Protoss, representing All In, trailing 3 games, it is Rhizer.
And spawning at the bottom right, up 3-0. Just need 2 more maps to win this. He is the one representing Psionic Aftermath. It is StarKiller. So as I said before, Acid Plant, one of the maps that was from previous season, so players nowadays are pretty familiar with it. And the big question here again is, Will Rhizer go for that same DT build, or will he change it up? We know StarKiller is already changing it up, as he is not going for that faster pull. He's actually going for hatch first.
Yeah, I think on a larger map, he's gonna have slightly more reaction time to pretty much anything. But otherwise, I think he just feels really comfortable. So he's gonna go with the standard opener.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, I think cannon rushes are more prevalent in this map. So if he was going to go for a pool first, he would have done it on this map. But I think he's kind of realized that maybe Rhizer is not doing a lot of cannon rushes or cheeses, so he's gonna feel pretty safe going for that hatch first there.
Where is this probe going? Okay.
Oh.
This looks like Proxy Stargate to me.
Yeah, it does look like Proxy Stargate as well. We shall see as soon as that Cybernetic core is done, but usually you don't see maybe a Proxy Robo in PVZ, more Stargate, so we shall see in just a second here. As soon as he gets 150 gas.
Yeah, I mean, conceivably, yeah. Okay, it is the Stargate. So I guess he's gonna make an Oracle or two and then try and get some drone kills that way. I wonder, and actually, given the fact that Rhizer showed 3 games of playing without a Stargate, I don't know if StarKiller is going to really find anything to suggest that, hey, maybe there's a Stargate somewhere on the map.
Yeah, there should be no indicator. And the thing is, Rhizer scouts the same exact scenario as last time, where there's no fast third, or there's no standard third. There's a quick, oh, he does scout this quick layer. So we kept talking about how Rhizer kept going for the same build. It looks like StarKiller is going for the same build as well, going for that fast muta play.
Yeah, possibly. Oh, nice saving of the drone. I actually would have liked him to leave it as a spore, as the Oracle is going to fly in now.
And remember, since he has a Stargate, he can actually go for Phoenix this time a lot quicker to counter those muta play.
Now, there's no Spire down just yet. So I don't know if StarKiller is going to still go for mutas. Like, just because you got a fast layer doesn't mean you are committed to mutas, but there is actually a Hydralisk end.
Yes, that's probably the best choice for him to go now so far. But again, there's a lot of economic damage done, and he's down 27 to 42 workers, which is a lot, especially during this stage of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for the Zerg economy to snowball, as it doesn't have a lot of traction just yet. Phoenix is here to harass the overlords. They will retreat to the safety of the spore.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
I think yeah, Rhizer is gonna go ahead and transition into more of a Robo Twilight and Forge play. So going ground instead. So he's not going full air here.
Yeah, the Lings did find this Stargate. As I mean, I feel like 2 Oracles and a Phoenix are like your bread and butter basic Protoss.
Yeah.
Like, it could be 2 Phoenixes and an Oracle, I guess, if you wanted. I don't know why you would, but like 3 Stargate units is essentially what I would expect. Maybe 2. Every so often, you just see the Phoenix Oracle. But Rhizer now looking to take his third. things are trying to deny that as long as possible. This is kind of gotten into this funny, like, neither player is committed to macroing as much as I think is standard for this stage of the game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at this third base from StarKiller. Oh wait, no, look, there's none, because he didn't go for a third base. Instead, Rhizer getting his third base even quicker, which is a bit crazy. But I think StarKiller, he's actually not gonna plan to go for this dirt. He's going for all-in Hydra. He's got the I think muscular augments upgrade. Yep, he's about to finish in 10 seconds. So and
yeah, this is a lot of Hydras off 2 bases though, and he will have Banelings behind this. I guess StarKiller's opted for Hydra all-in of sorts.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, he won't actually have Baneling speed, so these Banelings can be kited if he wants.
Okay.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That storm. That was a money storm there.
I don't feel like StarKiller was anticipating storm right now. Those are some nice storms as well. And Rhizer's gonna make short work of this Zerg force.
Yeah, I mean, looking so far so good for Rhizer.
Now, there's still a couple Hydras trying to pick away, but they're not much. The other force from StarKiller is harassing, but that's all. I mean, they didn't even get a probe. And suddenly, Protoss looks very scary. Come across the map. And,
yeah, I mean, you can't ask for a better position right now than what Rhizer is in. And right now, Storm is ready. He's got +1. Or actually, yeah, he got +1. Starting +2, and he's got Dirt Base, which StarKiller has yet to go for. All right, so there we go. The standard 9-minute third base for the Zerg.
completely standard.
Yeah. So in the meta right now.
The way you said it too. That's great. This Oracle nearly dies, but it gets a tag off and it does escape with less than a volley's worth of HP.
Yeah, like around 15 to 20 HP left. Now he needs to save that Oracle, because that Oracle is going to be really important when he needs these lurkers that are morphing in. 8 lurkers on the way for StarKiller.
Another one of those little details is that StarKiller did not morph any of the Hydras that were revealed to the Protoss. So now Rhizer is aware that there are lurkers, but he didn't really get... He only got one of them with that first tag. They are all clumped now, so...
Oh, wow.
Oof.
Yeah.
Those are some nice starting storms. Mortals are going to make short work of the lurkers, and we should see a GG momentarily.
Alright, Rhizer does put a point up in the scoreboard, so we'll be 3-1. Still in favor of StarKiller, but Rhizer starting his comeback here.
Yeah. I think in some senses he may be conditioned StarKiller to anticipate DTs a little bit more than normal.
Yeah, I mean, like I think when we started that last game, the big question was, will he go for that DT build? He did not go for that DT build and worked out finally. So maybe DT build not his strongest suit against StarKiller, because I think StarKiller going for very quick lair tech, and that's kind of countering his DT plays. So I think changing up might be the best way for Rhizer. We shall see in this next map here. It's going to be on Dreamcatcher LE.
And spawning in southeast as the purple Protoss representing All In. It is Rhizer.
And spawning at the, let's say, 10 o'clock position, we have the teal Zerg player representing Psionic Aftermath. It is StarKiller. All right, so Dreamcatcher, one of the maps from last season. So players should be familiar with it, and they should know that that gold base on the top right, as well as the one below it right there, those can come into play sometime in certain games.
Yeah, I think I feel like this is another one of those maps that it doesn't favor any one race, but in specific matchups, there's an advantage. Like, I would expect this to be a little bit better for Zerg against Protoss, but better for Terran against Zerg.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like it's generally a Terran map just because tank positioning on those cliff areas are so good. They kind of work against all races, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, but luckily
so maybe it is just a Terran-favored map in general.
Yeah. But yeah, I will have to agree with you. In terms of PVZ, I think, I don't know, maybe it's pretty even, I would say.
Okay.
Oh, actually,
a little spray.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get a close-up look at that. The cheese is coming. What cheese is he going to do? Or maybe he's just sucking him out.
I think it's kind of funny that he's just left his probe there.
Yeah, I think he just want to go ahead and scout the dirt, see if StarKiller is going for, you know, because the last few games StarKiller has gone for really late thirds. So Rhizer is going to go ahead and try to at least scout that.
Things are going to come over and escort this probe back home.
Now, will this probe live to tell the tale? Oh, he will. Yeah, he's just got the adept coming, so had to back away. And again, we see another fast lair from StarKiller here. And Rhizer scout this. He knows there's no dirt base, so he's gonna go ahead and try to shade in to get some additional information. Well, he let this clone finish. Nope. But I think he saw the lair, did he? Actually, let's go ahead and check. Oh, he did. He did see the past lair.
There's now a healthy dose of lings, so this adept is in a little bit of trouble. It's gonna shade into the natural, but it will die all the same.
Alright, so will we see another Spire or will we see another Hydralisk then? This time, another Dark Shrine build from Rhizer. So he's going to go back into his DT build here. And
it is the Spire, so... Gosh, I feel like this game is, or this map might be even better for Mutas.
Yeah, because like if you look at the center, the rocks, you can actually kill that to slow down the attack that's coming to you. Of course, looks like Rhizer will go for a Warp Prism DT, so he will be flying over. It wouldn't matter, but again, that's fast lair into the fast fire. He will get the detection earlier, as well as the counter to the Warp Prism with the mutas.
But like both the mineral lines are gonna be pretty well exposed to the mutas, so it's gonna be really abusive of like the stalkers being out of position.
Oh, but actually, look, Rhizer is gonna actually not commit to these DT. He canceled it, and he went for the charge as well as Templar Archive. So he's kind of changing it up to Archon and Charge Lot. Oh, but 7 mutas on the way. If he can get this Warp Prism, if he gets this Warp Prism before the Archon morphs in, that's going to be huge, and it's looking like it because there's no High Templars being warped in so far. And once this attack gets shut down, it's going to be really in favor of StarKiller. Oh my god, this Warp Prism! Oh!
That's a bit painful for Rhizer. You're in the middle of starting your attack and your prism just dies. Sorry. Start over.
Yeah. Oh, I love this, what StarKiller is doing right here. He's killing the rocks, preventing that push from coming. Slowing it down. Oh my god, if he gets this Warp Prism. Oh, that was so close.
And now the mutas can just bounce right over to the main, as they're not inhibited by those rocks. There is a shield battery, but it can only do so much. Really just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, this is pretty much the attack, the only attack that Rhizer could go for, because the probe line is annihilated at the main. 20 probes going down so far. And StarKiller
coming out. There's not a whole lot here just yet. So probes will be, or drones will be pulled. And okay, mutas are going to come back, and that should allow StarKiller to stabilize. Prism goes down, no more reinforcements for our purple Protoss, and a healthy Roach count is going to shoo the Archons out of Zerg territory.
Looks like he's not actually going to recall here. Oh wait, actually he does, as I just say that.
He just wanted to turn the corner first and make you look silly. That's what it's the gamer's job to make casters look silly.
100%. I mean, so far, who do you favor in terms of their position right now?
Oh, StarKiller. Like, he's up a base, and Protoss has meager worker count. Like, his Archons are trapped on the wrong side of his wall. Yes, the Protoss has a superior composition, I would say. Like, it's more complex. He has an Immortal and 5 Archons and charge, so that's nothing to sneeze at. But like, from here, I think StarKiller just needs to buy a little bit of time, which he is doing by knocking down these rocks. He can afford maybe 6 drones, but the rest should be all army, right? And then he defends.
He's morphing in some Ravagers right now. Yeah, this attack is coming in pretty soon. Actually, I don't think he noticed this because he's not getting into position here.
He has a lot of Ravagers.
Oh yeah, but the thing about Ravagers is that they're really squishy.
Yeah, they are. Good force field's gonna force the Zerg off a little bit. He really needs to shut down this Prism. Actually, oh my. You know what I was saying about the gamer's job to make casters look bad? Well, Rhizer's gonna make me eat my words now. the Ravagers are on the wrong side of this prism, so they're gonna die before they get to bow that down. The queens are, or a queen rather, is trying to shoot the prism away, but doesn't have the DPS. And suddenly, StarKiller is in a world of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, only roaches, there's Archons and a Mortal in there, and drones need to be pulled off that force field. And yeah, I think Rhizer has gotten this game here.
Working on that comeback train.
Yeah, I think StarKiller just may have overdrone there, did not actually see or anticipate the attack coming. Or else he would have made a lot more roaches, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of the issue was more that his army composition didn't contain anything to tank for the Ravagers. Like, had he Lings or Roaches, something that would buy him a couple shots, then he can bow the prism, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I think we're having a good series so far. I mean, 3-2. I mean, at the first 3 games, you would have thought it would have been a walkover or
a sweep.
A sweep, yeah. But yeah, it looks like Rhizer is bringing it back, and if he makes it to a 3-3 series, then the series is up for grabs here.
Okay, so Fracture is one of those really weird maps. It's a lot like the old Abiogenesis.
How so?
It has a really short rest distance. The layout between the natural and the third is pretty similar to Abio. And yeah, the center is also very open like Abio was.
I see.
Okay, well, spawning at the top of this new Abiogenesis is our purple Protoss for all-in Rhizer.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our new StarKiller. It is StarKiller.
One main difference about Fracture over the old Abiogenesis is that the choke for the natural is actually tiny, which kind of bodes well for the Protoss, I would say. But it's still a short rest distance, so we'll see if that I think if StarKiller were to go for, say, that Hydra opener he did last time, they could find more success on this map in particular.
Yeah. I mean, we shall see. Looks like the pool will be done for StarKiller, and that will, 2 links. So I don't know, pretty much the same as last game, or actually the last few games. I think he just likes this opener. It just works for him.
Yeah, he says he feels safe against cannons with it, and there may be some other things that he likes it for. I don't remember what all that entailed. In fact, he's actually going to get it. Never mind. Mind games.
Oh, yeah.
There was a Roach Warren.
But he canceled it last minute here. Oh, yeah.
It was
attack.
Yeah, there's a mind game there.
Mm-hmm.
The probe
it was scouted, so... I wonder if Rhizer is going to do anything specific for that. Maybe get a shield battery.
Yep, there we go. Mind games are already working so far. He's getting the shield battery and he's getting the Stargate.
Oh, look at this. The fast third off of that cancelled Roach Horn. This is great big brain Zerg plays.
We
are gonna see the Stargate back at home for Rhizer. feel like this is more a reaction to the Roach Warren than it is a game plan for Rhizer, as we've only seen him use a Stargate in one of his... how many games are we on?
We're in the 6th game.
Yeah, so of the 5 previous games, he made 1 Stargate. So I feel like this Stargate is more a reaction than it is a build choice.
Yeah, I mean, but the Stargate is versatile. I mean, if you did see the Roach Warren, you could have gone for Void Ray, but with seeing the third base, knowing that it's not a Roach attack, then he can actually make that Oracle instead.
Right. These drones or Lings are being annoying, but they're not going to find any real damage. There is a shield battery in position and enough gateway forces. Oracle is looking for some kills. Gonna move on.
So far, defense is pretty good for StarKiller. No drones still going down so far, but as I say that, 2 more drones, 3 more drones. So players making me look dumb as well once again.
I saw the drone's path over where there was no creep, and I was like, yeah, are you sure you want to finish that?
Yeah.
At any rate, oracles are still alive, so they will be floating around to provide vision for Rhizer.
And we see Rhizer going for that Robo and Twilight, so kind of hints of last game.
Yeah, there's no reason why you can't still go for it for the DT drop.
Yeah.
Or even just get High Templar and do an Archon drop. Like, that's perfectly normal. Stargate is not any inhibitor to that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like how the game evolved so far has been really interesting, because I remember back in the Wings of Liberty days and even in the Heart of the Swarm days, it was kind of not suggested or recommended that you go for every tech tree or as a Protoss. Like, you should go down, like, if you're going for a Stargate, you should go down for a Stargate. Do not get like Robo and Twilight. Or if you're going for DTs, you shouldn't go for, like Stargate or other stuff. You should only stick with like 1 or 2 tech paths. But then as the game has evolved into like Legacy of the Void, it's like, I think after Legacy of the Void, it's like going for every tech tree and tech path has been really common and actually been recommended as well.
Yeah, I think part of it has to do with the economic start to the game. Like, you're just starting on such a healthier economy, so you have a little bit more staying power in terms of what you can accomplish with your early production.
Yeah, I have to agree as well. And speaking of economy, looks like both players are doing pretty well. I mean, workers for both players are so far almost even, kind of even. Although StarKiller might be wanting to look for that 4th base pretty soon. Although actually, as I say that, Rhizer is warping in for an attack right now. So StarKiller might have to, he's going to produce some roaches to defend against this. Actually did not scout this, finally sees it.
Not quite in position. I think this roach buildup was just part of an attack that he wanted to make on the 3rd. Instead, he's going to use it to chase out this Warp Prism. And Morphing Ravagers in the center here. This could go well for StarKiller. I think, there are 2 Immortals, so it's still going to come down to the engage.
Oh, here we go. Force field on the ramp, but the corrosive bomb is getting a few sentries there, and oh my god, the roach is getting on top of the Immortals. War Prism does lift them off to safety, but there are just so many roaches and Ravagers still left alive. shield battery is healing those mortals. Actually, that shield battery is doing a lot of helping Rhizer a lot. But oh my god, that pylon does unpower the 2 robos, and I think with some War Prism, Michael, he might actually be able to barely defend here.
Yeah, losing that pylon hurts a lot. He still has the Prism that is really gonna micro its heart out, but it needs to repower that Robo and keep the Immortals alive. Charge Lots are gonna come in to clean up the rest of the Zerg force, but there's the reinforcement on the 3rd. That's very likely going to fall. There is a Void Ray, but that's not really enough.
Oh, that's a big pickoff for StarKiller there.
Robos are still not producing, as the pylon had to be remade. He's kind of cleaning up the roaches, sort of, not really.
He did lose a Mordo during that fight, and yeah, I think this is just too much roaches. And Rhizer, GG's, and StarKiller is gonna go up 4-2 in this best of 9 series.
Oh, well done. Yeah, I think as soon as Zerg got between the main and the natural and the 3rd, with the short rush distance, it just gained a lot of traction.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pylon going down meant that Immortal production was halted, so all Rhizer had was the Immortals on hand, and that just couldn't stop the flood of roaches.
Yeah. And here we go, 7th game here. And again, StarKiller up 4-2. So if he wins this next game, he wins the show match here, the PsiX Pro Series, and we'll go home with $54. But let's see if Rhizer can bring it back here. Now, this is the last map of the map pool. So after this one, the map pool resets, and the players can, assuming Rhizer wins, they can pick any map over again.
Okay.
Because, you know, there's only 7 ladder maps, so...
Right.
But yeah, thank you all for tuning in, guys, so far. Thank you to our sponsor, AfreecaTV, for sponsoring this event. And as well as thank you for Maturino for helping us increase our prize pool as well. So, yeah. All right, so StarKiller says 1 second, so just waiting as Rhizer is ready, but StarKiller might need to take a few moments.
Yeah, he's thinking about how do you play a TVP? No, I'm sure it's more likely he needs water or a restroom break, something.
Yeah, we'll make sure he changes that to Zerg. Oh, there he goes. We didn't even need to remind him.
On top of things.
All right, StarKiller is ready and Rhizer is ready. So here we go. We are in our 7th game, and it will be on Blue Shift LE. StarKiller up 4-2 currently in this best of 9 series.
And spawning in the bottom left as the purple Protoss representing all in, it is the DT player Rhizer.
And spawning at the top right, we have our teal Zerg player representing Psionic Aftermath. It is StarKiller. All right, blue shift. So basically, if you took Catalyst, right, the map, and you flipped it over, that's blue shift for you.
Largely, yeah. There's... It's better for cannons than Catalyst. Which, Catalyst wasn't bad. But, there's, like, a lot more options available to the Protoss that chooses to cannon rush on this map. As it is, we're not going to see Forge, so that's irrelevant.
Yeah, I think Rhizer kind of picked up the pattern that StarKiller is going for some faster pool throughout this whole series. So it's actually pretty wise to not go for cannon rushes, knowing that your Zerg opponent is going for a faster pool.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Like, it's not going to stop Turkey Dano, but that's that is a completely different breed of Protoss.
Alright, so it looks like StarKiller will send his 2 Zerglings to go ahead and scout third, see if the probe is there. But we'll find the probe eventually here. And his probe will make his journey back to his home base. I feel like in this map, you know, in the center, there's all those bushes and trees. One day I just feel like if Zerg can just burrow like a bunch of banelings in that hidden area, and the Protoss...
You want to send Lily is what you want.
Yeah. A Terran player with like mass marines, you just walk through it and then it's like boom.
Oh, hello. What? We're getting Ravagers already.
Oh.
We've been doing a great job observing this game. Okay, so 3 Ravagers are going to waddle across. Trudge across.
Yeah, now luckily Rhizer went for the robo build. For the robo opening, so he will get some mortals if he can actually save this robo from dying before the Ravagers kill.
That might get biled down before an immortal comes out, though.
Yeah. Oh.
Or he could just lose the pylon, and that accomplishes the same thing.
Yeah. Oh my God, that pylon survives, just barely.
Good use of the shield batteries to save the pylon, and that's pretty much gonna thwart this attack. Wait, did he cancel his immortal? Brave man.
Yeah, I think he recognizes that there should be more than 3 Ravagers if it was just like a full-on attack, but StarKiller, he wasn't fully committed to that attack actually.
You know,
Interesting.
Yeah, it was like one of those eco cheeses. Like where you put on pressure and make it... You look for some damage. I forget. Was it Caspada that was saying that Zerg doesn't have any eco cheeses?
Well, I mean, so far, I know. I think it still works out for Rhizer because right now, with no damage being received from that attack, he can counterattack with these DTs and actually make.
Yeah, he gets a Overlord with his Stalkers, and that's gonna supply block StarKiller at a time that he really doesn't want to be supply blocked. He needs to shut down these DTs. In fact, he's gonna have to cancel this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have
an Overseer.
Okay, now he has the Overseer, but it's too late. Had to be cancelled.
That's the worst when your base is like just barely finishing, and you had to cancel it last minute. I mean, if you just started and you had to cancel it, it's like, okay, you know, it might be delayed by a little bit, but if it's like being almost done and you had to cancel it, that's like, you set back by a lot.
Right, right. There's some Lings here, but Lings are not exactly what you want against Archons. Ravagers could theoretically hit the Prism, I guess, but as long as Rhizer is careful and doesn't try to warp in some precarious location, he should be able to continue his harass unhindered.
Yeah, so far,
actually
great micro.
A lot of damage with these Archons.
Yeah, I mean, just still full life. None have gone down so far, and he's just keeping the Zerg at base while he macros up and get dirt of his own.
A couple Hydras are out, and that's gonna mean the Prism has to be more careful. But that's larva that is not drones. That's larva that I don't think StarKiller wanted to spend at this stage of the game.
Man, being so cost efficient with that Archon dropping.
Oh, but these Hydras might find this Prism.
Oh.
And he gets it, so that's a sigh of relief for Teal Zerg.
Yeah, he can actually go ahead and counterattack without having to worry about those Archons.
And he can breathe now.
Yeah, but not yet so far, because he still needs to get a lot of damage done. He's kind of behind in workers, and he needs to make this attack really count.
I would have liked to see these Speedlings come from a different angle. Maybe kind of where the Protoss might be thinking to take his fourth later in the game, and then get a trap that way. But
yeah, kind of use them as bait, you know, to pull the Protoss army out of position or something.
Instead, he's gonna swing around to the third, and he has a splinter force of Zerglings kind of on the other side, so...
Oh, this actually might be good for StarKiller, because he was kind of behind, so if he can maybe actually get into a base trade scenario, maybe that's his opening to actually win this game. But again, Protoss can always recall if he wanted to.
Yeah, StarKiller's identified that this is turning base tradey, and has evacuated his workers from the third to the natural. I'm not sure if that's even safe still. I think he's hoping that a recall would be forced once he lost his third, but Rhizer's gonna opt to push further in. There are a couple Zealots and Sentries at the main of the Protoss. This natural for the Zerg is certainly going to go down. Lots of drones here as well. Now, I'm actually not sure how what StarKiller's plan is. He's like, okay, recall is forced, and I just I don't know what StarKiller is supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even get the dirt and natural of the Protoss. He kind of left it alive. So, and look at the StarKiller's base. He's pretty much all his bases are gone. So, yeah, he doesn't even have enough for another hatchery at 273 minerals. Oh wait, actually, he has one at the bottom right. So,
okay. So he's gonna clean up these Zealots and pray that Rhizer doesn't find his base.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. He still doesn't have enough army to defeat this. Look at this: 5 Archons, 2 Immortals, a bunch of Zealots.
He doesn't need to defeat this army as much as it is that he needs to eliminate Protoss buildings before his own building is eliminated. And at the present moment, Rhizer is not really going in the right direction. He's still thinking of like traditional expand paths.
Oh man, this actually could work out for StarKiller. He does not have a recall because he just used the recall just recently, right? So
yeah. I like this hallucinated Phoenix. It's going to eliminate that half of the map for possible base locations. There is a DT here, but it is picked off once the Overseer catches up. And sentries are at the top of the ramp. That's nice.
Oh, but these these Hydras are gonna die. So GG's.
Good trap.
Yeah, and Rhizer keeping his hopes alive. Currently is 3 on the scoreboard against the 4 of StarKiller. So
okay.
all right, here we go. Parasite, which is our first map. All right, StarKiller is ready to go. Rhizer is ready to go, and here we go. Game number 8, Parasite LE. 4-3 is the current score in favor of StarKiller. If Rhizer can push it to an ace match, that will actually be pretty dope.
Yeah. Alright, well, spawning in the top left as the purple Protoss. It is all-in Rhizer.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our teal Zerg player representing Psionic Aftermath, 1 game away from winning this whole series. It is StarKiller. So first game of this whole series was on Parasite, and Rhizer went for that DT build. And StarKiller, what did he go for? He went for, I believe,
I thought it was just Roach play. I don't remember him doing anything particularly special.
Oh, right, yeah, he did go for Ravager and Roaches, yeah. So it was a pretty standard game, the first game.
Yeah, at least standard for both players, what we would naturally expect. Like, the DT without Stargate I don't think is common. It's not so out there as, say, a Cannon Rush, but it's... I don't know, has its place, I suppose.
Yeah. Now, StarKiller, I like what he's doing now. He's actually changing it up. He's actually going for fast 3 hatch before pool. So he's getting super greedy here.
Yeah, this is... I think on SC Swarm they list this as a soft cheese just because it's so greedy.
I like how it's considered a soft cheese when it's like no cheese involved.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't really think I would consider it a cheese at all, but
yeah.
I would definitely consider it greedy for sure.
And Rhizer does got this and will get a proxy Stargate of his own to counter this.
This is not a bad response.
Yeah.
As opposed, particularly given Rhizer's image as a less likely Stargate player.
Alright, so the Adept will shade in and see the dirt as he expected it. Now the good thing about this Stargate is that it forces the Zerg player to make spore crawlers and and you might actually lose some drones as well. So you know, you get the Zergo player does go for three fast 3 hatches, but if you cannot get enough drones to mine it off of those 3 hatches, then it kind of becomes useless, you know. Which is why I like this proxy Stargate build. Actually, he's gonna wait for a second Oracle before going in. Oh, wait, actually, as I say that, again, he does like making me look dumb, but
he just wanted to delay it a little bit so that you could start that sentence.
All right, so far it's 5 drones going down, which is pretty decent.
I'd say that already pays for itself, since the Oracle did survive. Lings are going to find that Stargate though, and Oracles are going to stay here to defend for the Phoenix. Now that the Phoenix is out, I think Rhizer will be content to give that up.
Yeah, and he can actually transition into the Robo and Twilight as he has done in the past. I don't know, do you feel like that was enough damage? 5 drones for that?
I think he could have gotten more had he waited to reveal his oracles, but I'm not like hating on the proxy Stargate since he did at least get the Phoenix out. Well, okay, now he lost the oracle. Maybe not then. I would have liked the double revelation. Like, because I think one revelation you can't keep tabs on the army consecutively, right?
Yeah, yeah. You need
Have a
like
gap.
yeah, you need like 2 or even 3 oracles to keep revelating.
Yeah, so having only 1 oracle is
And if you wanted to, you could have gotten more drones if you had the other oracle saved. Later on, you can still.
Oh, this is true. Yeah, for sure.
All right, looks like Charge Lot is on the way for our Protoss friend. He is adding his kind of his production buildings for 5 gateways along with the Templar Archive. So he's going to transition into that Immortal Archon Charge Lot composition. In the meantime, we have StarKiller is going for roaches and lings. So ling roach.
This I guess semi all-in that's coming up for Rhizer may catch StarKiller off guard because he scouted a forge, which would indicate a more macro mindset for the Protoss. But that forge was instead cancelled and replaced with all these gateways.
Yeah, and look, StarKiller just killed the remaining Orco, so there's not gonna be any like stasis traps or anything. So this roach push can actually do a lot of damage, and I expect that. Yeah, he's making 13 roaches on the production tab. The roach speed is almost done, and as well as the upgrade, the +1 range. So this can actually work out to a great timing for a StarKiller here.
I think this plays out one of 2 ways, and it looks like it's more likely to be the latter. I was gonna say it could turn into a base trade, but it could also just turn into 2 armies fighting over and over again in the middle of the map. Like, we're gonna see some tension here, one way or another.
Yep, looks like Rhizer is gonna go ahead and go attack first, but StarKiller was already preparing for attack, I feel, and I don't know. This is gonna be this is gonna come down to the engagement, I feel.
Yeah, neither player opting to macro past this 2.5 base time of the game. Lots of roaches here, gonna get right on top of the Protoss force. There are force fields, but not really doing much to zone out the Zerg. And
the War Prism, oh!
That was huge. That's gonna end this game, and is that the end of the series as well?
Yep, congrats to StarKiller. He will take it 5-3, and he will go home with that $54 prize pool. And but Rhizer, he played really well, and he will not go home empty-handed. He will go home with $13.50 as well.
Yeah, well played to both players. And we got to see some exciting base trades throughout this series. Rhizer, at least I got the pizza. Pizza is life.
Yeah.
Protoss shall not live by pizza alone, but by
Yep.
every storm that comes out of the High Templar.
So yeah, StarKiller got his revenge from that pizza tournament, it seems.
Yeah.
And
any other announcements that we have?
I don't think so, unless you have any in mind.
Nope.
All right, I guess that wraps it up for this PsiX Pro Series. I hope you guys enjoyed the games. I feel like there was pretty awesome games overall. And yeah, I hope you guys tune in for the next Pro Series, as we will have some more show matches for you guys. Feel free to follow us on our Africa channel. Thank you again to our sponsor, AfreecaTV, for sponsoring this event. And also thank you to Maturino for increasing the prize pool as well. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you guys next time.